Hi, I'm David Fitch, and as I've said before on this channel, I'm trying to become the heaviest marathon runner in the world. Most people lose weight while running 20 miles a day, but I'm trying to do the opposite. I'm going to try to gain weight to 210 pounds while running 20 miles a day to try to get a marathon time below 2.5 hours. But I'm not doing this randomly or as a joke. I want to see what actually happens to the human body when it's put under that kind of pressure. Weighing 210 pounds while running 20 miles a day. I want to see, one, if it's humanly possible. Marathon runners are generally about 120 pounds, not 210 pounds. So I want to see if the cardiovascular system can pick up fast enough to handle that. And I also want to see if the tendons can get strong enough to handle that workload without snapping. I also want to see what the human body will turn into. Is my body going to naturally build muscle, or is it going to store fat? I personally think it's going to store fat because I don't think it's going to want the muscle. But obviously I work out every day at the same time. So hopefully it's going to be muscle instead of fat. But we're going to see. I don't know where it's going to put the extra weight because I still need to gain about 20 pounds roughly. So it's going to be interesting to see. So to make sure that this experiment remains as scientific as possible, I'm going to document everything I do. I'm going to say how much I'm lifting, what my workout plans are, how much I'm running every day. All right, I'm not going to do 20 miles a day in the beginning. I'm going to focus on tendon preservation. So it's going to be a little bit less in the beginning. If I need a rest day, I'm going to take a rest day. So I'll document everything I do. I'll say how many calories I'm eating. I'll mention my diet plan. Because I'm going to have to increase calories as I go. I'm going to have to increase mileage as I go. I might have to back off sometimes, but I'm going to document everything on maybe like every couple days, maybe once a week, just regularly to make sure that, everything is documented and we can see what actually happens. So here are the rules. The goal weight is 210 pounds. So to do that, obviously the only thing that matters is how many calories I'm eating. Right now I'm eating between 4,500 and 5,000 calories a day, but I don't think I'm gaining weight at this point. So maybe in about a month I'll increase to 6,000, and then 7,000, and 8,000, and I'll just keep increasing until my weight gets to 210 pounds. That's just biology. That's what your body has to do. There's no denying that. Second rule is to try to run 20 miles a day. Now, of course, with a challenge like this, the most important concern is my tendon health. So I'm going to start by doing 2 hours a day. That's what I've been doing for the past week or so. I've been running for a couple years, like a little bit. But for like last week I was running mostly 2 hours a day roughly, and it's been about like 14 miles a day about. So I can handle 14 miles and my body feels mostly fine, but I'm not going to do 20 miles right away. I'm going to start now with 13, 14 miles a day, but sometimes my body's going to tell me to back off, and I'm going to back off. So some days I might do 7. But the goal is to, at the end of the experiment, to be running 20 miles a day at 210 pounds. I don't know which one I'm going to hit first, but that's obviously the rule. Run 20 miles a day. The third rule kind of goes along with the first rule of gaining weight, which is just how many calories I have to eat. So I already explained that. Just eat an insane amount of calories, eat all day, every day, even if I'm just drinking a gallon of sugar, just to make sure my weight moves in the right direction. I'm not claiming any of this is optimal. I'm not recommending this. I just want to see what'll happen to my body in this time. So, like I said, I definitely don't recommend that someone tries to get to 210 pounds while running 20 miles a day. Just to be clear. There were a couple times in the past when my tendons did give me issues, which is why I have to be extra careful with them. When I first started running and I was only running 45 minutes a day, a tendon in my left leg became very inflamed, and that gave me problems. Extreme pain, but not for very long, so I recovered pretty quick. Second one is when I used to run 2 hours a day at a slower pace, and I didn't feel any issues with my tendons until one day when I was only running maybe 5 miles an hour. I was going really slow, felt pain in my ankle or heel. I couldn't localize the pain well, and then that lasted for several months. So that's why I have to be very careful and make sure I build slowly. I listen to my body, I back off, because your tendons really are not designed to handle that kind of stress, and it has to be built over time. So I did recover from that perfectly fine. I've been running a lot, However, I have to make sure that doesn't happen again. If it does, I'll just document the recovery and then I'll just continue where I am until I go to the hospital, which I probably will. I'm not going to give up. So even if I have a minor injury, I'll just document the injury and we'll just kind of keep plowing through. Now, another minor, slightly unrelated, but not completely unrelated goal is that I am trying to increase my strength, of course, because I'm trying to gain mostly muscle if I can. I'm not going to go too much into the science of it, but it is believed that when you run high mileage like that, your body kind of adapts in a way that won't build muscle or strength, so it might be impossible, but I'm going to document that as well. I'll see what happens to my strength. I'm also not going to go over all my numbers now, but I can bench like somewhere between 300 and 400, so I'm going to see if I can increase that. By the time I get to 210 pounds, I want to be able to bench at least 365 to 400 or something. That's kind of a goal I have. Again, the limited research I did suggests that it may not happen because when you do the high mileage, the body might just resist the strength gains completely and not allow it. So I guess we're just going to have to see. I'll be posting updates on my weight, my training, how the runs feel, how my body feels, how my tendons feel. And we'll see if I'm going to do it or if I'm going to fail. If it works, you'll see it. And if it fails, you'll see that too. As you can see, my starting weight is 193 pounds. So I only need to gain about 17 pounds, like 15 to 20 pounds, and I'll be right where I need to be. So that's better than I thought. But I also have to slowly build the volume of running to get to 20 miles. So it's going to be a challenge either way, but we'll see where I can go. This is day one of the experiment. I am going to get a before video of what my body looks like so we can see how it will change when I gain 15 to 20 pounds while running 20 miles a day. See if I get leaner, if I get fatter, is it going to be muscle, fat, is it going to be my legs, my stomach? We'll be able to see it all.